Okay. I think this came out really great. I'm really excited. My pages are dry. There's one little spot here where I got, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like a little piece there where I pressed it too long with the glue actually dried on it, but we'll cover that up. We'll fix that up after. So the next step that I am going to do in this journal build is I'm going to leave the pieces. Maybe there's a couple here where I'm going to clean them up just a little bit so that they might even like kind of rough them up a little bit. Just clean up some pages a teeny bit. I don't really want them to be all completely even, but if anything, actually that was really the only one. Everything else looks really good. So I'm going to leave that as is. So I'm going to actually put we're going to add the sides to this. And then we are going to add this to our cover, to our book cover. These are the inside panels that I had cut originally in the very beginning of all of this. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And you can see them. I'll hold it up so you can see it after. It seems to be a little bright overhead, so I hope you can see everything okay. The first thing I'm going to do is just to make sure that I have this facing the right side up. So in other words, when I turn the pages, I got my 12 on the 12 o'clock on the top here. The writing is face up. These, yeah, so this all looks good. I like the way it came out. So the first piece that I'm going to do is going to be this piece here. And I'm just going to measure it up to make sure. I had cut it. And I believe it was this one that I had cut. But let me just make sure. It was, in fact, this one. Perfect. So what I did was I, right on the fold here, I cut the end here to make sure that I can line it up on the inside panel. And then this part is going to go on my signatures that I just made, right along the edge here. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have them lined up exactly how I want them. And to do that, I'm actually going to use the book. So I mean the book, the scrapbook cover, to make sure that I have everything lined up good. So I'm just going to stand up here. I'm just checking. See where I'm at. And then I am going to take this piece and I'm just going to make sure that my paper is lined up with it. Now I have my pages. They go in a little bit. So it looks like it's probably about a 1/16 of an inch. I am going to mark it, and it's okay that I mark it because I'm actually going to go over this with more paper. So I'm just going to go on ahead and I'm going to mark it with a pen. Make sure I get it in the right spot. So I just put some marks on it here, and on this side here, and I'm going to glue that right on so that it goes like so. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to use my tacky glue to attach this portion to the page. And I'm going to fold this over, open, get it nice and tight. Make sure that I'm lined up using the arrows that I just drew. And I lined up with the pages where I want to be. Looks really good. And then finally, I want to make sure that I am lined up here. So in other words, when I put this down, my booklet pages are going to line up nicely. And I want to do that before it actually all sticks down. Yeah, that's lined up nice. Okay, so one last check, because I definitely don't want, see this glue in here that kind of seeped out? I'm going to get that cleaned up. I do not want that glued shut. I'm going to be able to use these pages. And I'll just check this piece here. That looks really good. So before I do the other side, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did on this side. Is I'm gonna measure this out. I want this to overlap a little bit, you know, but I've already got this fold here, so so I want to keep that part intact. So what I'm gonna do is I don't really need too much of this, but I do need it to go over a little bit because this is going to tuck under. So I'm just going to mark it. I think I want to go to maybe right about here with that. And then we'll just go right along the center line. And then I'm going to measure because I want to get this piece like I did with this one right up against the edge here. So I'm going to get out my ruler, my tape measure. Scratch that. I'm going to get out my tape measure. And I'm just going to measure this here from the edge to, and it looks like we're a little teeny bit more than 6 1/4 on that fold. And this is the part that's going to go like so on this piece. Okay, this one is looking good. Oh, sorry. I'd rather have it stick to my paper towel than to stick to anything else at this point. Or just make sure I have this folded in here nicely, because I need to make sure that it is lined up on both sides. So this one's going to be a little bit different because remember I did that extra piece here, so it's a little bit wider because we're going to put a little notebook in there. So I need to make sure that I'm on this fold here. I am not going to go too nuts with the glue as I did last time. So this is just a random scrap piece of backing for vinyl, for permanent vinyl. I save all my sheets. Now I'm going to turn this and I'm going to line it up with the two lines that I drew. Can you see them? See those two lines? So I'm going to line this up with these. But that should be all right. Very nice. Okay, let's let that dry.